boy, folks. Oh my goodness gravy. Let me tell you, everybody, they did it. I don't know how, but they did it. They managed to make a movie that I hated more than Madam Web. Oh my God, I'm as shocked as you are, folks, but let's give him a round of applause, everybody. Give him a round of applause. Let's all congratulate the movie that I hated more than Madam Web, which I didn't even think was going to be possible, but they did it with Borderlands. Oh my God, folks. I knew this was going to be bad. The trailers, the terrible production history, the fact that the original writer didn't even want his name credited on this movie. I knew this was going to be a train wreck, but my God, I was not expecting this. This is a whole other level of bad. I wasn't expecting for this movie. Oh my goodness, gravy, God. Oh my goodness, I said that already several times, but that's the best way to describe how I feel about this movie. It's so terrible. I honestly felt more joy, happiness, and positivity watching Madam Web and Harold and the Purple Crayon. I don't know how this movie managed to just suck the joy out of me, but this did it. This did it. Where to begin? I should talk about the things I liked about this movie, but that's the thing. I didn't like anything about this movie. Not a lot. Did not bring me a smile or, like I said, any sort of hints of positivity or joy or happiness. Joy was in the back of my mind doing other things. Anger was in full control with this movie. That's for sure. I guess I gotta talk about the things I didn't like, because I didn't like a single thing about this movie. Okay, the story sucks. The story is just another, like, video game quest where we gotta find the thing to get the other thing, because one of us the chosen one, and the movie is all about family and finding your family on this terrible post-apocalyptic Mad Max Guardians of the Galaxy planet, and it tries to be those things. It tries to be really silly, fun, and heartfelt, but it's not, because it doesn't have the talents or the passion that those other movies had. This movie has been compared to Guardians of the Galaxy to no ends, but honestly, you can't even blame them, because it's so evident that this movie just wants to be Guardians of the Galaxy with the humor and the type of characters and story this is. But once again, it doesn't have the talent or passion that those movies, or even the heart really, that those movies had, and so it has to rely on its own talents, its own jokes and own characters, but those suck as well. The humor in this movie, oh my goodness, it is so bottom of the barrel, so juvenile and immature. You got pee jokes, poop jokes, so much lame references and jokes here, and all of it is forced, annoying, and just not funny. I didn't laugh, I didn't chuckle, I didn't smirk, I didn't grin. Nothing made me laugh once in this movie. The comedy here is just so terrible, and the characters in here are also not very interesting in the slightest. They're all variations of other characters that you've seen before in other movies, and I honestly feel bad for a lot of the actors in this movie, because it makes them look so much worse. The material they're given to work with here is so bottom of the barrel that it makes them look worse in comparison. Cate Blanchett is a fantastic actress, and this is not your fault, Cate Blanchett. I don't know, you're never gonna see this video, but if you by some chance do see this video, I just want to let you know, this is not your fault, okay? You obviously wanted to do something different. You wanted to take a chance. I respect that. But this movie will not do you any favors. You did your best, but oh my gosh, did this movie not do you any favors. Everyone in this movie looks so bored and uninterested. You know, like I said, Cate Blanchett tried to do something new, but you can tell, like, oh my God, why did I agree to this? What happened here? Kevin Hart It doesn't look like he wants to be there. And a lot of the other actors who are trying, Ariana Greenblatt and Jack Black, they try to give some life to this, but the material they're given is, once again, so terrible that it makes them look worse. It actually made me hate Jack Black. I love Jack Black. He's amazing, but this movie just made him to turn out to be the most annoying, horrible thing I have ever seen. His robot character, Claptrap, I hated him. I hated him. He was the most annoying thing in the world. Every time he was on screen, I wanted Wall-E to shove him into his little cube maker and to squish and destroy him and turn him into a little tiny cube that cannot operate anymore. I hated that robot. Oh my god. And despite this being a $110 million movie that's also based off a very popular, beloved video game, a lot of the special effects in here are not very good. I know this was shot around COVID, so maybe they had to work with those limitations, but my god, the movie still looks really, really bad. They did some reshoots, but they did not help. The special effects and green screen look noticeable and really, really, really bad, and the action scenes here are not good at all. They're all just really poorly put together, poorly shot. It had a lot of shaky cam and a bunch of nonsense and stupid special effects here and there. And from what I've heard from Borderlands fans, it doesn't even incorporate a lot of the action style and gunplay that the games have into this movie. It doesn't really even do that right. So it's not even a good adaptation from what I've heard. I've never played the games, but from what I've heard from fans, it doesn't even do that right. Oh my god, I could go on and on and on about this movie. It is so terrible, but I think I've said enough. I think I've said enough for this one video. It is, oh my god, it is absolutely horrendous. Do not see this movie. Do not even look at this movie. When you go to the theater to see better movies, do not even look at this movie's poster. Just ignore this. Pretend it doesn't exist. It is one stupid, dumb movie. I know this sounds like I'm being really, really harsh and I'm over exaggerating for comedy's sake. And to be honest, I am. I am. Do not take this seriously. This is just for comedy's sake. Please do not take this seriously. I know there's probably a lot of people who really wanted this movie to succeed, who tried a lot on this movie, and I'm sorry that this movie turned out to be so bad. But that's the end of it all, pretty much. This movie sucked. I hated it. Nothing made me feel any sort of joy, any sort of positivity. I do not recommend this movie. But the only thing I can praise it for and congratulate it for is that it no longer made Madam Web the worst movie of the year for me. So props to you, man. Props to you, Borderlands. You did the impossible, Borderlands. Props to you. So those were my thoughts on Borderlands. This isn't even getting a song. It does not deserve it. What did you all think of it? If you've seen it, did you like it? Or did you hate it? Did you not like it like I did? Comment down below and let me know. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you like this channel, hit the subscribe button. Follow me on all the social media links right there. And until next time, everyone, stay sharp.